Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Today it gives me great pleasure to share with you the review for the ultra massive monolithic monstrosity who is the master of the limbo mob, Mon Star. Now this figure is being released as part of Super 7 Silverhawks Ultimates Wave 1, and I have to say that it completely surpasses any expectations that I may have had for it. I've seen some early feedback that suggested that maybe Mon Star's thighs are too big and massive and look really chunky, especially when viewed in package, but you really need to get him out. He translates perfectly as an action figure and remains very true to his original animated look. Before I get into it, I ask that if you enjoy content like this, do subscribe to the channel, hit that like button so that the video gets noticed, and do consider supporting the channel on YouTube memberships or Patreon. Membership is 99 cents per month, and members will receive early access to new videos, priority replies, and members-only content. Thank you for your support. Guys, Mon Star is without a doubt one of the most jaw-droppingly awesome 80s villain action figures ever produced. Let's get some rocking comparisons out here. Here is Mon Star next to the recently released Thundercats Mumra Classic Toy Recolor version from Wave 6. You thought that he was big, but no, Mon Star is bigger. Here he is next to last year's Ramen Toy Mon Star figure, which was not animated styled, but came with some very nice metallic finishing. He measures up to the new one's shoulder pads. Here's a comparison with the original 1987 Mon Star figure from Kenner Toys. The first ever Mon Star figure in the market, this one was from a much more innocent time, almost from an entirely different multiverse. Okay, now then we have him next to the Quicksilver figure, also from Wave 1. You can see how these scale up really well. This is Mon Star's actual size when he fought the Silverhawks, and you do wonder, how did he ever manage to lose in every episode of the cartoon? The face sculpt is astonishing. This is the first time that we're getting a Mon Star that is accurate to the original cartoon, and they nailed it immediately. Okay, it's going to be very hard for anyone else to top this. Also, just to point out, the spikes on his head here are made of flexible rubber and they're not super sharp edged. All the armored sections on his body are made of very sturdy plastic, and they have something of a matte-like finishing to them. The end result is amazing. The figure looks fantastic to look at and to hold in your hands. I love the ball joints on his massive shoulders. They go up smoothly with nothing hindering them. Check it out. Just smooth movement up and down. He also gets an upper bicep swivel, an elbow bend and turn, but the left elbow on my figure for some reason is a bit loose. Okay, that's a bit frustrating. The right elbow is fine. Okay, the left elbow feels loose. It's probably just on my figure alone. Nothing much I can do about it, but just roll with the punches here. He also gets movement at the wrists, which bend and turn at the ball joint. Just so much that you can really do with this figure, guys. I'm really impressed with the engineering that I'm seeing here. There was a time when figures like this that were this large would have very limited articulation, maybe just arms that move up and down. But here, the entire upper chest section moves smoothly. It even turns, okay, 360 degrees. Okay, check it out. Okay, it's just incredible how they put everything together. And then we've got this exposed abs section here where you see the gigantic veins and everything else that's twisting in there. This just looks amazing. It also turns very smoothly at the waist. Check this out, okay? It just turns all the way around. You want a super articulated Mon Star that doesn't feel like it might break? This is it right here. The ball joint at the hips allows for a really good range of movement. Although the armored sections at the thighs do seem at times like they may be a bit of a hindrance, but however, you can move him around with some creative positioning. You can even get Mon Star posed in a seated position, alright, just like this. Because who knows, someday Super 7 may decide to release a Skyrunner squid vehicle for him to sit in. Okay, so this is how he could look like seated down. You know, anything can happen. Okay, Skyrunner, maybe something that's going to cost like $1,000, right? Something in scale with this. Anything's possible. The ball joints at the knees are also very smooth. I have to say that every time I handle this, I don't get the feeling that something might crack. Okay, and I think that that is maybe the best praise that you can sometimes give a modern action figure. Okay, now the ankle joints, however, while they feel sturdy, somehow I don't think they are fully capable of completely supporting the weight. Okay, this figure has toppled down several times while I had him positioned in an upright position, and sometimes it took like just a few minutes and then boom. Okay, but you can find your way around that. I'm sure just don't pose him in a crowded shelf or anything like that where everything in front of him might just also come tumbling down. Guys, that's part 1 of the video, which covers the entire Mon Star action figure. In part 2, I'll be taking an in-depth look at all the accessories that he comes with. In the meantime, do support the channel, do share it out there, subscribe, join up as a member, anything that helps this channel continue to bring you this content. Leave a like. If there's 300 people watching this, I'd like 300 people to take the initiative to leave a like. In fact, if this video gets 100 likes in the next few hours, I'll get down to working on putting out part 2 of the video within the next 24 hours. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you guys again real soon.